How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to my channel, The Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and everything relating to the MCU. And today we have some very interesting Black Panther news. Now, Chadwick Boseman was pretty much the perfect Black Panther. He did an amazing job and he touched the hearts of a lot of people. And he was an incredibly great role model. But sadly, he is no longer with us, and eventually, down the road, Black Panther 2 will happen. And it looks like Marvel Studios might already have their plan on how to move forward, something they were working on prior to Chadwick Boseman's passing. They weren't planning to replace Black Panther, obviously, but perhaps introduce a new one. And now, thanks to an MCU tie-in book, The Wakanda Files, we have discovered that Shuri has been up to a lot. And it looks like she is going to be our new Black Panther. So I'll break down everything the book says and everything you need to know, but first, if you're new, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news, and so you can enter this week's giveaway for a chance to win an Imposter Spider-Man Funko Pop. So as I mentioned, there's a tie-in book called The Wakanda Files that tells us of some things that have been happening within the MCU that you haven't necessarily seen on screen. These things are kind of happening in the background. And as you can guess, based off of the name of the book, The Wakanda Files, it talks about Wakanda. And it specifically talks about what Shuri has been up to over the past couple of years. And the biggest thing that we found out that Shuri has been working on is creating a new heart-shaped herb. Now, for those of you who may not be aware, the heart-shaped herb is what gives Black Panther his abilities. And according to the Wakanda Files, Shuri is not only trying to recreate it, but also trying to make it stronger. According to the book, Shuri began looking into a way to synthesize the heart-shaped herb after Eric Killmonger burned the entire supply in Black Panther. The book says that Shuri even considers stabilizing the effects of her synthetic herb by adding some Vibranium into the mix, but she notes that she can't do much until she has studied a sample of the original botanical. So Shuri is trying to recreate the heart-shaped herb, but she's also trying to add some Vibranium to it. This would mean that Vibranium would be in the blood of whoever would eat the heart-shaped herb. Now, obviously this is experimental, but one can imagine how strong somebody would be if they actually had Vibranium infused in their blood with the effects of all the other abilities that the heart-shaped herb gives the Black Panther. But the sheer fact that Marvel was already planning on a way to bring back the heart-shaped herb means that at one point in time they were planning on at least having somebody challenge Black Panther for the throne. Now obviously with Chadwick passing away, we aren't going to get that. But since Shuri is the one that is creating this new heart-shaped herb and she is the sister to T'Challa and heir of the throne, it would make perfect sense that she would be the one to take on the Black Panther mantle next, especially if she is in fact the creator of this new heart-shaped herb, because without that, there is no Black Panther. At least, not with all the abilities that have been passed down from generations to generations. This also seems the way that Marvel would go because they probably will not like to replace Chadwick Boseman, at least at first. And Marvel Studios has already stated that that is not their focus right now. So in terms of actually replacing Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther, that probably won't happen for a while. But a new Black Panther, who is his sister in the movies and really a sister in real life to him, honors his memory, his legacy, and fits in the MCU pretty well, especially if you consider the fact that in the comics she has taken on the mantle of Black Panther before. So the story arc in the MCU would work out, the respect to Chadwick Boseman would be paid, and according to the Wakanda Files, the story is already set up in the MCU for Shuri to create this new heart-shaped herb and become the next Black Panther. This doesn't mean that we won't get another male Black Panther down the road, but it sure does look like Shuri is going to be the next one. So let me know what you think about Shuri being the one to take on the Black Panther mantle next. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest things happening in the MCU. For live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.